Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ben, and in today's video we'll be answering some of your questions, which includes Bumblebee, how I actually make the wings go up, and of course Scourge, how I actually shorten the neck. So let's get on with the video. For this modification, the first step is to
take off his head.
And you'll find a very long joint inside his neck. We will cut out the center portion in blue and then glue the ball joint and the cap below into one piece. Next, we will remove some part of the rubbery flaps around his neck. It will give you a very short collar, something like this. Let's put them together for a test fit. Next, we'll use a cutter to remove some part of the horns to make it sharper, and we will have these three parts that we just modified. Put them together and you get a very nice looking Scourge. Alright, so I finished explaining about Scourge, how I shortened the neck so that it looks more like the movie. So the next part of the video will be explaining about the Bumblebee custom. I've also bought a brand new Studio Series Bumblebee so that we can actually put them side by side and take a look at the difference. And then we'll explain to you how we actually did the car door modification so that you too can make one with the wings that goes up. This Bumblebee is actually one of the earlier customs that I did before the Rise of the Beast movie was out, and it received so much question from everyone on Instagram and YouTube that I had to make this video for all you guys to explain the modifications done on this Bumblebee. And here is the side by side comparison. Aside from the custom paint job, the other modifications that we did are the car door modification, the neck extension, resculpted some legs detail, and we resculpted the whole forearm. So now you can insert the hands from the trumpeter model kits and interchange the hands according to your poses. We also did some modification to the blaster so it will fit nicely. With this explanation, you can actually see we did quite a lot of work on the Studio Series Bumblebee to make it look more alive. For the next part, we'll explain the one big question that most of the subscribers and followers are asking, which is the car door. So we have actually added an additional joint here, but in order to do that, we need to chop off the whole car door at this area. So now you can actually detach the car door, which I hold together using a wire, and you can actually move the wheels back and forth. As you can see, this modification is not easy at all, it's not for the faint-hearted, so try at your own risk. And probably at this point you ask the question, does it transform? Yes, it does. Now let's take a look at how the modification is done in more details. So I'll take out the car door and you can see most of the movement are actually controlled by the wire. I bought the wires from Japan and they are the very flexible type and don't break easily. But for this video, we'll be doing an improved version which is even easier using magnets. So for the first step, we actually make the incision at the blue colored line. You can use a micro saw like this one and then start sawing. If you find that using the micro saw is very tiring, you can actually switch to an electric drill with a saw bit like this one. Don't set to high speed because you'll melt the plastic. Okay, the first part is done and the cut is really clean. That's the first door and we'll do the other door now. Now with both the door out of the way, you can actually fold the wheels back. Now with a hobby knife, we'll take out a bit more of the plastic so that there's a gap for the magnet. Clean up with a bit of sandpaper. Similarly, use the sandpaper to smoothen out the car doors. And we'll transform it back into the car mode. Now we'll try to fit the car door back onto the car mode. It should fit nicely with a little bit of gap around the joint area. Now let's get the magnet and start working on the car door. You'll need 2 magnets for the door. Do a test fit on the hollow of the joint. Remove some of the plastic on the joint if you need to so that your magnet will sit properly. You have to make the surface of the magnet slightly rough with a sandpaper so that the super glue will stick tightly to it. Use just a bit of super glue and then fix the magnet to the car joint. Next we add 1 magnet to where the joint used to be. Repeat this process on both the car doors and both sides of the car. And there you go, it's done. A magnetic car door that you can take off anytime and rotate around. Let's do a quick double check on the board mode that is working. And there you go, all done. This is how you actually make the car doors rotate upwards. You can also position them downwards if you like. And we have come to the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far. Oh, and one last thing, when I was actually modifying the Bumblebee, I realized that with the car doors upward, it actually reminded me of Prowl. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see a Prowl custom. But for now, let's take a look at the previously completed Bumblebee.